stream. Sorry about the interruption. My shit crashed. All right, hopefully you guys can find it here. Sorry about that. All right. Well. All right. Anyone find it yet? Nah, that's too bad. Well, hopefully we get back here. I'd love to finish Carmenia's reading. Oh, Mayo made it! Yay! Okay, good. Sorry, hey guys, sorry about that. I have a I built this computer. It's like super insane, so I could do all this streaming with multiple cameras and all this stuff. And every once in a while, it just after about an hour of streaming, it'll just blow up. So sorry about that. I appreciate you guys' patience there. Carmenia, let's finish your reading here, and then hopefully we get hopefully Daisy comes back. But Marijuana, we'll get you in here right after Carmenia, okay? Okay, so let's finish your reading here. Sorry about that. Where were we here? Okay, so what we were talking about here is that in your environment or in Joseph's environment, there's some sort of heartbreak or healing of heartbreak that's going on. So, you know, he could still be mending something. I don't know if he's kind of over his situation and he's still kind of mending. It's this feeling of it's too soon kind of thing, right? So that could be in the environment around you. But it's not you. This isn't you. This is your environment, right? So some kind of heartbreak. Now, this could also be your significant partner kind of getting over your guys' dynamic too. You know, maybe, you know, it's, you know, I don't know if your situation is someone's getting over heartbreak. I'll just leave it at that. You can fill in the blanks there. Okay. Now, your greatest hopes and greatest fears is we get the Death card in reverse. The Death card is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just, you know, transformation. It's when we move from from the end to the beginning, right? This is in your greatest hopes and greatest fears, and this is an inability to move on, right? So in the upright position, this is moving on, right? You die, you go forward, and on this side, this is like, I think that somewhere deep inside of you, you're concerned that if you left and you either got with Joseph, that you would almost regret or not be able to move on from the past, or the opposite, that if you and Joseph didn't get together, that you know, that you wouldn't be able to move from that either. So you're feeling kind of stuck here, and I think it's just important that you get clear about what you really want here. Queen of Wands in the reverse. Queen of Wands in reverse. You know, this could be somebody who's a little impatient, right? So this could be somebody who's kind of like, you know, hey, show up, you know, divorce your wife, you know, break up with your girlfriend or else kind of thing. So you want to make sure you avoid that kind of energy, or if you get to the point where you're not getting the answers that you're looking for, that you're handling it with dignity, right? So now, who knows? I mean, this could be his partner, you know, either way, but, you know, this is the result of your reading. So we just want to make sure that we keep this spiritualized and balanced. Now let's see what's influencing this moving forward. Let's get more into what's happening. So we got the King of Cups here. So, like I said here with Joseph, he wanted to slow things down because he saw where kind of things were heading, and he's like, whoa, I gotta kind of like not let my pants drive the show here. And just, you know, recognizing, you know, the seriousness of the matter, right? And you get the King of Cups. Now, this could be someone showing up for you, but you're going to have somebody who's emotional. I think this is Joseph, and I think he's coming back to you when he does. Very clear, very. He's taken time to reflect on the situation, and he's very clear about it, right? So I think that you're going to get some clarity, right? But it's almost like he needs to go off and kind of find his clarity first, right? So, oh, you guys are both Scorpios. Oh my gosh. And you guys just had the Scorpio full moon. Well, you feel the depths. Now, well, just be careful here, okay? So this is, you don't want to get your stinger out here if it's not working out the way you want, right? Or things are moving too slow or whatever it might be, right? Just that you have to be patient with the situation. Yeah, he's going from kind of being the virile lion to the King of Cups, you know, who's transforming from, like, you know, the deep depths of psychology to the kind of enlightened man, right? So I don't know how you feel about this. I don't know how you feel about somebody coming and, you know, just giving you the best night of your life, and then all of a sudden, you know, he comes back as, you know, as a priest, right? So, you know, you might get conflicting messages with the way he's presenting himself when he gets clear, and it might piss you off, right? You might be like, dude, get your pants off. We're doing it again, you know, or you promised me something, or you presented yourself in a way that led me to believe and act in a certain way, right? So this is the kind of energy I'm seeing. It's just the cards. I just read them the way I see them. But that's good. What's influencing this is a release of tensions. See this here? So upside down, this is the tensions are releasing. So you guys are going to meet up. You'll communicate. He might be coming from this kind of highly altruistic point of view, and you're like, boy, you know, don't promise mama the milk if you ain't got to pay for it, right? But, you know, King of Pentacles in reverse is showing that, you know, he may not have the resources to provide the situation. So, you know, I get the feeling that you guys are loving friends, you know, but this can also just basically represent that maybe he does love you, but he just doesn't literally physically have the resources to endure the transition, so to say. That's another way to look at it, okay? Now, the good news is this, is that you guys are both do care about each other deeply, and whatever happens, these tensions are going to release, right? So you guys can both show up and really be honest and loving with each other, but again, he may not have the resources to move forward. Yeah, there you go. So, Hangman, I'm sure you know what that means. And that's why I wanted to know if he's getting tarot readings, because it's strange, the way he's stalking but not coming forward. Do you mean talking or stalking? Hey, Scorpio Brianna. Got a lot of Scorpios up in the house. Is he getting any tarot readings? Okay, well, let's pull some cards on that. I appreciate your donation. Thank you so much. Hi, Scorpio. Brianna, if you'd like a reading, just type in !join, lowercase one word. If you look up the screen a little bit, you can see Marijuana Community the way that they wrote that. Just like that, and it'll put you in the reading. Yep, you can have a reading. Oh, stalking. Stalking. Well, it sounds, you know, the thing with Scorpio is it's plutonic energy, right? So these are power exchanges, right? And just you have to spiritualize that energy and bring it to the light. You know what I mean? So it's either giving away or taking power, right? So it's energy theft or energy, you know, slavery, right? So you got to spiritualize that energy and recognize that nobody owes anyone anything. All relationships are a gift. All connections are a gift. Scorpio, please do it again, but make sure that J is lowercase, not uppercase, and it should get you into the queue. Now, I should actually check the queue and make sure everything's working here. Queue. Yay, it's working. Oh, it's the old cue. I don't know. I'm trying here. Yes, Carmenia gave me a donation, so I was just wrapping up her reading. We're just going to ask one more question here about tarot card readings. And here we go. Is he getting readings? Well, he's definitely inquisitive because he's coming out of hiding, right? So he's ready to move forward. There's some sort of traditional issue around it. This is traditional religion, so I don't know if it's tarot card readings. Christian guilt, Catholic guilt, family traditions. He's investing in his religion or spirituality. So, I mean, if you see the Hierophant as, connected with tarot card readings, I would say that's possible. So anyway, Carmenia, I hope that helps. I think there's a little bit of weird energy, to be honest with you, and it's like a little bit of a push and pull between you guys. So there's like all the right words were said, but there's still like a little bit of dirt in the water, so to say, and that's the feeling I get between the two of you guys. So it's just that, when we can surrender to a situation and just let it amount to what it amounts to, then we can really be clear in the situation, right? Now, if we set high expectations, right, then it leads to disappointment, anger, frustration, and servitude. It's like the devil card in the tarot. The man and the woman have chains around their necks, but they're loose. They're put on by themselves. So we want to avoid that kind of energy. I will say this, is the two of you are really good friends. I can see that. So no matter where this goes, the tension's going to loosen. Don't worry about it too much. Everything's going to be okay, right? But just give it time. At that point, it's just a matter of making decisions about whether or not you guys are both going to free up the resources to be together or not. It's really as simple as that. Okay. So I'm going to leave you at that. I really appreciate it. Feel free to come back anytime for a reading. I'm always here. All right. Sending you lots of love. Okay. We're getting a little busy here. I still have some people. Yep. I still have some people. Now, unfortunately, the queue got all jangled up from our last one. Now, we have... We're gonna sneak Marijuana in real quick. So, Marijuana, why don't you quickly hit me your question? I'm going to move through some of these street card readings rather quickly here, because we got a lot of people here. Marijuana, what would you like to ask your question about? Oh, you're welcome, and good luck, and goddamn, 2 Scorpios, that must be amazing. How's that? Sounds like fun. Okay, so we're gonna do oh gosh, guys, I'm sorry, this queue's all jangled up, but maybe you guys can help me keep the order. But right now I'm gonna do Marijuana, and then I'm doing Daisy and Leaves. Okay, Marijuana, hit me with your question and pick pile 1, 2, or 3. Let's get it on. Let's do it. Actually, I'm going to close the queue and start it over again because it looks like it got jacked up. Turn off CloudBot, turn CloudBot on. Sorry guys, I'm like a one-man show over here. Open queue. Okay, so I just reopened it. Will I make more money? Well, you'll definitely make more money, but I'm not sure how much. Let's figure it out. Will I make more money? Well, sounds like you're in the marijuana business. That's a good business to be in, right? Can't beat that right now. Will I make more money? All right, well, let's see what the cards say. And yeah. Nikki, unfortunately, we had a whole other stream going before. So there was a couple people, including Leaves, that were in the queue before I started this one. So just please be patient and we'll get right there. Okay, so marijuana, is it 1, 2, or 3? Doing pile 1, 2, or 3 marijuana. Hit me. 1, 2, 3, and we'll check and see how your money flow is. Yeah, you were, Nikki. You're right. And like I said, we had a whole other stream going with a whole bunch of people on it, and there was a queue before you came in, and Marijuana had already signed in even before you came in. So I know it's hard to explain, but Carmenia, Leaves, Marijuana, they were all in the other one. So just please be patient. We'll get to you. Okay. So you got the High Priestess in reverse. So this is really tuning into your intuition. You got the Page of Cups in reverse in your recent past. Okay, so I can see exactly what's going on here. So this is your current position, your recent past, and your upcoming future, okay? The High Priestess in reverse, well, upright, it has a lot to do with intuition. In reverse, this is about finding your inner voice, okay? So let me put it this way, okay? So think of the symbology of this, okay? Think of the mind like a lake of water, right? Like an ocean or a sea, right? Now, if there's no waves and there's no ripples in the sea, it reflects like a perfect mirror, right? And say the moon, which represents our emotions, right, is sitting above the water, and the water's perfectly still, almost like a glass, right? You see a perfect image of the moon reflecting in the water, right? Now, if the water is our mind, right, then we can see clearly and truly understand our emotional nature and what we're feeling and see it clearly, right? And then we know what's actually happening, our personal truth, right? But if the mind's agitated, if it's fearful, if it's, freaking out about 20 different things or thinking about 20 different things all the time, then we're not able to see clearly, right? So this is getting in touch with your inner voice, right? This is turning off the Facebook, turning off the noise, turning off the media, all that stuff, right? So, Mayo, it's a little mixed up right now because of the last one, but you have a couple people in front of you. I'm going to get through them as quick as I can. Thank you for your patience, guys. So this is really finding your inner voice. It's just, you got to turn off the noise. You got to turn off the media, turn off that stuff, and really find your inner voice, right? Now, this is a wonderful outcome here because, everything's upside down, right? You got the Page of Cups. This is like waiting for an opportunity to show up that never shows up, right? And you're feeling frustrated. You're like, God damn it, when is my little fish going to pop out of the cup and say, hey, buddy, I've got an opportunity for you? It's not happening, right? But the only reason it's not happening is because we need to turn off the stories that other people tell us. We need to turn off the news. We got to turn off the outside influences of our decision making and really get in touch with our own. And that can be hard if we're used to pleasing other people or doing things the way society does or having some weird expectation of ourselves that's not based on how we really feel, but, like I said, from outer circumstances, right? So you got to slow down, kick it by the pool, do what you got to do to chill, right? Salt bath, whatever. Okay. Now, your near future card is, the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Well, the Three of Pentacles, this is a great card for your reading. This is the Master Craftsman. Look at this. This is somebody who's showing everyone this beautiful work that they've created, this chapel-like art piece. Now, what this is indicative of is that this is your capacity, right? This is what you're capable of doing, right? And when it's in the reverse position, it's just saying that you have to tap into this inner voice here to get to this point, right? So it's not realized, right? It's not realized. It's not brought into the consciousness yet, right? So all I'm going to say to you is really take some time to turn off all the mental noise. Turn off the phone, get in the hot tub, lay on the beach. I would literally just go lay on the beach for a couple days. Whatever you need to do to just get completely in touch with the silence of nature and listen, because your body will tell you what it needs. Okay, so I'm going to leave you at that. Send you lots of love. Okay, and I hope that was helpful for you. All right. Well, I guess we're getting a little busy here. I didn't know Sunday night would be so busy. Okay, so let's see here. Moving ahead here, we got marijuana out of the way, and Let's do Leaves. Leaves, Mayo, and then Nikki. How's that, guys? All right. Leaves, Mayo, and Nikki. Leaves, Mayo, and Nikki. And then to try to help this situation here, I'm going to ask. Okay, so Scorpio, please type in !join unless you don't want to anymore. And Papu, you have to type an exclamation mark in front of join if you want to get in the queue. Okay, love reading. Okay, so give me a quick update on what's going on. And guys, if you can try to help me keep that in order, my technology here is just exploded. You're welcome, Marijuana. I hope that helps. Sorry I couldn't spend more time with you. Please like and subscribe. Come back and I'll give you a personal reading. Just get in early, okay? Okay, Leaves Flow, thank you so much for picking one. And give me some updates real quick. Unless you just want a general reading, I'll give you a 3-card reading here. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. Leaf says 1. And let me get back to my video so I can see what the hell's going on. Okay, Leaves. Love reading. Oh, you're tired of loving yourself. You're tired of figuring out yourself. You're tired of being better than everyone else. You're tired of this sense of isolation. You really want the goodness to come your way. Mr. Spiritual. Any man coming. Well, you have the Emperor in the past. So this is interesting. So this is either some sort of father energy, right? You had a father that was too demanding or controlling or kind of isolated you, or this is a relationship that you came out of and, who was kind of high demanding, or this can be a view that you have about relationships or a high expectation, right? So you can figure that out for yourself. This right here, this is kind of like, the person's, he's got the swords. The other people kind of were playing with them. They dropped their swords. They don't want to play anymore, right? So this can be, in your situation, in the upside down position, this is someone coming out of that inequity in relationship, right? So it's like this card is basically, learning to play fair, right? So you're coming out of this situation where people weren't kind of working together, or somebody was valuing their views more than the other's view, right? Not respecting each other's differences. We all communicate in different ways. When you look at astrology, we have, the planet Mercury in a different sign or different chart in our charts, right? So that's how we communicate, right? Some people are going to be analytical. Some people are going to communicate from their feelings. Everyone communicates in a different way. So we have to learn to respect that. And that's why it's important when you have relationships to look at their Mercury, so you learn how to communicate with each other. But most importantly, you look at their Venus and you look at your Venus and you compare the two, because it's how you love, right? Everyone loves differently. Some people might want material gifts. People might want hugs and touches, right? All that kind of stuff, right? Scorpio Brianna, you are going to be after Mayo. Hopefully everyone's, oh gosh. I think we got it. Okay, so anyway, that's the message there. As far as outcome, I mean, this is about as good as it gets. You know what I mean? So because you've done the hard work to get out of this not playing fair, or seeing your views as kind of more important than others, or learning to share that space, because you might be right, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're right? You can be right intellectually, but does that right in regards to a relationship, right? That's right. Now this is beautiful. You have the Magician, right? So this is a beautiful. You said my spiritual man. Well, here's your spiritual man, right? He's got all the resources. He's got the pentacles. He's got the cups, and he's got the wands, and he's got the swords, and he knows infinity, and there's infinite possibility, and he's showing up. So yes, there you go. You did it. Good job. You did the hard work. And look at this as an outcome card for you. Boom. That's the ultimate family card. You got the 10 of Cups. Happy family, happy couple, blah, blah, blah. I'll pull one more number for you. The number you get is 3, okay? 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. Leaves flow, sending you lots of love. I hope that was helpful for you. Trying to get you hooked up as much as I can here. Okay, so moving forward, we have trying to keep everyone in order here. Okay, let's see if my cue is working now. Okay, so I have Papu listed next, and then Scorpio Brianna. Now, just real quick, between the three of you here, I think, let me just look here. Okay, I believe, Nikki, you're next, right? You're welcome, Leaves. Hopefully that was helpful. Nikki, were you next? I got a little bit of a microphone delay here because of the stream. But let's do, if you guys don't mind, I'm going to do Nikki, and then I'm going to do... Okay, and then you guys figure out who was first, either Scorpio or Papu. In the order right now, I have Papu first, and then Brianna. So you guys work it out or tell me what's going on. I'm going to take care of Nikki, because I believe that she was first, and then Mayo. Nikki and Mayo, and then I'm going to get into... I think it's Nikki, Mayo, Brianna? Is that right? Anyway, if you guys could help me out, that'd be great. Okay, Nikki, let's take care of you. What's next for you in your life? Do you want to know anything in particular, or just want to kind of just generally get a good reading? Guys, I always appreciate like or subscribe, or donations are always super awesome. Any amount's great. Don't worry about it, though, if you can't do it. I didn't forget you. I'm trying to keep everyone in line. The queue restarted. So what I did was, if you don't mind, I'm just going to do Nikki, because... Okay, well, if you insist on being next, and if that was what it is, Nikki, are you okay with that? Sorry, guys, the queue just completely blew up on me, so... Mayo might be correct, so Nikki, I'm sorry, I'm trying to work it out, guys. I'm just going to do a read here, 3 cards for each of you. And let's get Mayo out of the way here. Don't want anyone feeling frustrated. Okay, Mayo. Let's get some cards out for you. Oh, shoot, you didn't even ask a question yet. Here, hit me with a question, Mayo, so we can get it going here. You want love reading? Do you want life, general life, anything in particular? Or would you like spiritual growth? And would you like pile 1, 2, or 3? We're getting there, guys. It's okay. Let's just get you out of the way, Mayo. I don't want to go back and forth too much. Let's just get this done. Thank you for your patience. Yeah, so I'm just looking at the queue here, guys. Sorry, we had to kind of restart it here. So we've got Lisa, please add your name again, ! Join. It's not on the current queue. Hi, Priscilla. We're a little busy right now, but if you want a reading, type ! Join. Right now I have Scorpio and Papu on the queue. That's the only 2 people I have on the queue. So Lisa, please type in ! Join if you want to get on there. We're trying to move forward here. Maya, what's your question? And would you like cards pile 1, 2, or 3? Okay, so here's your 3 options there, and once you hit me with the number 1, 2, or 3, thank you for your patience, Lisa. It's just a little busier than we expected here. Brianna, you've been really patient. If you want to hit me up at streetlevelspirituality@gmail.com, email me and I'll set up a reading for you that we can do in private in the future if you'd like. I'm more than happy to make it up to you. Thank you for your patience. Okay, so Mayo, I just need to know if you'd like pile 1, 2, or 3 to move forward, please. 1, 2, or 3. Mayo says, no longer in communication with an Aussie, long story, but I'm wondering whether he still has a role to play in my life. If so, what? I'm a Scorpio, Sun, Leo Moon, and he's Aquarius Sun, Taurus Moon. Oh, no problem. Yeah, it's like a 20-second lag. I get it. I just need to know if you want pile 1, 2, or 3, Mayo. Okay, let's do pile 3 for Mayo. Nikki, thank you so much for your patience. We'll be right with you. Okay, we're going to do a 3-card reading here. Mayo wants to know about this Aussie. Well, somebody is in mental ruin about it, right? I mean, 10 is the completion, right? And swords are the mind, right? So this is over it, burnout, or, I would say that this would be you, right? If it was like the 9 of Swords, because the 9 of Swords would indicate like you being worried about the situation, right? But this is somebody who's dead, right? This is somebody who got fried mentally about something, right? So now the King of Cups in reverse is this would indicate a man who was emotionally immature, right? So I don't know, if where he was at, or emotionally available also. He may not have been emotionally available. There was too much mental energy between the two of you, and it fried the situation. I'm not saying that it's over, but it reached a point where there was a limit, right? We all hit limits about what we're capable, our capacity, right? So he reached his capacity, or you reach your capacity, but I think this is him because you obviously are asking about it and he's not, right? Does that make sense? And the card of your upcoming future is the 2 of Swords. 2 of Swords in the reverse position is kind of a little bit of indecision or confusion. It can be this kind of overload of information. So, between the swords here and this confusion, I just feel like there's mental energy here that's too much. I mean, it's mental energy that hurts people, right? It's hurting you, it's hurting him. It's somebody's got some real powerful mental energy here, and it's really confusing. So, I mean, it could be that he was playing games or being manipulative. This is somebody who's not acting from a emotionally responsible place. This is somebody who's not in touch with their emotional truth, right? And you have to have that emotional truth because this is what you're creating from, right? That's the danger of it. We have to live with what we create. And here's somebody who's kind of throwing shit around, and then you have people, the swords are words. These are the mind. And you can hurt someone. I don't know if he hurts you with words, but there's just real confusion, and I feel like there was a lot of yarn balls and devices activated and thrown out, and confusion. It's like a Rubik's cubes that are being thrown at you. They're all mixed up, and you can't even catch one, let alone 10, and decode them, right? You're just fucking lost, right? So yeah, so he goes. So I hate to say it, Mayo Girl, but I wouldn't even waste your time. There's your future. It's an underground sun, man. That's not what you want. So, this is about, yeah, look at this. I mean, this is no, bad decisions, bad opportunities. This is like, when you're not clear about who you are, this is like, it's just like you're putting your hand in a grab bag, and you might get a rattlesnake, and you might get the love of your life. I mean, this is somebody who's blind to their inner voice, right? So, I mean, I'm just gonna leave it at that, Mayo Girl. I'm not convinced, and it's a bad situation. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. Usually, I'll kind of spice it up and stuff, but this is selfishness. He's not gonna bring you what you need. And I think that this is you kind of weighing it out for some reason still. And I don't think you need to be weighing this out. So, I feel I've moved on, or at least ready to. I feel he missed me around. Yeah, he did. You know, he's fucking with you. You know, these are dangerous people. You know, narcissists can literally like kill you. I'd love to understand his motivation. I felt played. Yeah, he really hurt me with his words. Well, I only do 3-card readings for right now. I gave you a little more. Hopefully that helps. His motivation is himself. Yeah, I mean, look, you know, if you don't know what a narcissist is, look it up on Google. You know, a narcissist is only interested in their benefit, and they'll use people to get what they want, whether it be sex, money, attention, whatever it is. They will use you and suck you dry until you die. Okay, simple as that. Sorry, I wish I had a better reading for you. That's just what I got with the card. Sending you lots of love, dude. Get the fuck out of there, man. Go find yourself a real man. All right, you got it. Okay, Miss Nikki Sanchez is the most patient, wonderful person next to Brianna, who's just been waiting forever. And I'm trying so hard here to get this right, guys. Okay, so Nikki, back to your question. You wanted a general reading. What's next for me in my life? Nikki, let's get this reading going for you. I'm going to put a lot of love into it for you here. Okay? What's going on with Nikki? What's next in her life? And yeah, you know, I was married to a narcissist male, and what you have to do is you have to get as far away as you can, as fast as you can, or they will kill you. It'll suck the life out of you. Okay, so just fantasize about some new reality and create it, and you'll be in a beautiful place, man. You're a wonderful, wonderful person. Okay. Yeah, and if you give me a donation mail, like I said, hit me up at streetlevelspirituality@gmail.com, and I'll set up a private reading for you. No problem. Okay, do we still have Miss Nikki Sanchez? Nikki, could you please hit me with a number, 1, 2, or 3? I would love to move forward. Thank you so much, Nikki. Nikki asked for a general reading. Was there anything else, Nikki, that you wanted? Okay, so just guys, as an update, I'm sorry, I know somebody got slipped through the cracks here, but I'm just gonna be going by the queue here. So I got Scorpio Brianna next, Papu, and then Lisa. If you're not on there, please type in !join. If I missed anyone, I'm really sorry. There's nothing I can do about it. Priscilla, for some reason you pressed join, but it's not showing up, so please do it one more time. Yeah, Nikki, I was married to one for years, and I'm still destroyed. It's so hard. Okay, so Nikki wants a general reading. Now, you want general life reading, right? General spiritual growth reading. Just confirm that, please. Yeah, no, it's dangerous, dude. It'll kill you, dude. It will kill you. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. My technology's whacked out here, and I'm been busier than ever here. So, as a group, you guys are going to have to try to keep each other in order a little bit. What I have next is I'm sorry, guys. It's just what's happening. So, I have Scorpio Brianna next, then Papu, and then Lisa. So after that, you guys are gonna have to figure out who's next. Okay, so Nikki, you wanted number 2. Okay, here's number 2. Let's get into your reading. Here, you know what I'll do? I got sticky notes, guys. Let's just do this. Okay, we got Scorp. We got Papu. We got Lisa. Okay, I'm just gonna go right down the list real quick here, and I'm gonna put them in the order that I see them. And if it's not perfect, sorry guys, just have to work from here. Okay, we got Mayo Girl. Lisa's on here, and then we have Priscilla next after that, and then we have Eduardo, And then Eduardo, Priscilla got in. Nikki. T. Marie. Okay, I think we got it, guys. So this is the lineup. I'm just going to do it on text. It's Scorpio, Papu, Lisa, Priscilla, Eduardo, and then T. Maria. Okay, guys? All right, moving on here. Here we go. I'll speed up these readings here. If anybody wants to come back for a longer reading in the future, you can. Okay? You get the Page of Wands in reverse in your general reading. Ooh, nice. Nice. Okay, this is great. This is great. Okay, Nikki, this is a general reading. When I don't have a specific question, I just approach it from a spiritual growth point of view, okay? So I'm tuning in here. Okay, Page of Wands in reverse is the Page of Wands in the upright position. This is a new adventure, right? This is somebody who's, you know, the wand is, you know, it's like a growing tree. It's full of life force, and it has a lot of vitality. This is the virile, the kundalini, the life force itself, right? So this page is looking at this wand and saying, or looking at it and saying, okay, what can I do with this energy? What can I do with, this is very much the material world, you know, what can I build? What can I create? You know, this is the energy and the resource of the universe that I have to work with, right? So, you know, this is somebody who's, you know, they're all alone. They're out in the desert, you know, and they have to build something, right? So in the reverse position, in the Page of Wands in the reverse position, it can be somewhat of a setback or a lack of direction, but I think in your case, it's you kind of moving or wanting or having this desire to create something new, right? So this is like, it's not happening, but this is this desire, right? So you're like, I want to be the Page of Wands. I want to be, it's okay. I'm fine with being alone. Do you see he's out in the desert? See? I'm okay with being alone. I'm okay with going my own way. And this doesn't mean literally like leaving a relationship or anything. This just means that you and your soul and your spirit are kind of excited about a journey, right? So this might be similar to somebody in the middle of the pandemic getting in their car, driving out to the desert just to meditate and cry for 3 days, right? Like you're ready to have this soul-changing experience, right? So this is beautiful. This is somebody who sees their inner value and is ready to move forward and really exploring what they can do with it, right? So you may have been someone who's been through a lot, I'm not sure, but you're ready to move forward, right? Now here's the beautiful thing, is that you've already invested a lot of energy into perfecting or mastering your life, right? So I get the feeling that possibly, you know, this could be for others, right? So here's these other people. They've commissioned you to create this masterpiece, right? Now this could be raising a family. This could be being of service, right? Oh yeah, guys, I'm so grateful. I'm sorry about all the miscommunication tonight, but I'm so grateful that everyone's here. Thank you so much. So, you know, Nikki, I mean, I can tell you right now, you're a beautiful person. You are a very beautiful person, and you earn your way through life. You earn your way, okay? So, you know, I feel when I know energy. So yeah, you've been through a lot. So, but you've been doing it for other people. You've mastered this craft. Now you're kind of ready to do it for yourself, you see? But it's not happening yet, so you're kind of like, well, what the fuck? Like, why? You know, it's one of those things where it's like, I have 2 kids, right? I've got a 17-year-old daughter and a 15-year-old son. I raised them on my own until middle school. Now they live with their mom. It was so much work, but that's this kind of thing, you know, where you're taking care of other people, you're mastering it for other people. Now that they live with their mom, you know, I have a lot more free time, and I'm kind of like in this stage 2, you know, which is, well, what am I going to do? Well, I'm doing it right now. This is what I'm doing, right? This is me figuring out what to do with what resources I have, you know? So you're kind of like, you know, I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to make this happen. Yeah, you're all about you right now. Look at this. You're beautiful. You got these cute little tights on. You're like making it happen, right? So, you know, but in the future or moving forward, it's coming out of mental bondage, because this has nothing to do with your true value or what you have to offer. It's just the way that you are viewing the situation, right? So for you to move forward, it's just it's freeing your mind, right? So you can allow yourself to be this beautiful person that you're seeing the potential of what you can create in the world. Now, this might be going out in the world and doing it yourself. This might be you on your own solo path, or it could be symbolic of you just developing your inner reality within the context of your current situation, right? So I'm taking care of my 90-year and blind, and she my all now. Okay, so I'm imagining your 90-year-old mother, maybe? Is that what you meant? I'm taking care of my 90-year-old. Anyway, if you could clarify, I'm taking care. So yeah, so you know, it's allowing yourself to. It's really simple, actually. It's just saying it's okay to be this beautiful person that you're seeing, and bringing this outward into the world. You've already developed this inside yourself. Your grandmother, yeah, it's really tough. It's really tough. So, you know, you have those responsibilities. You've been taking care of other people. Now, that same love and care that you give other people, you can give yourself, right? So, you know, now we've got Saturn in retrograde. There's all sorts of karma and responsibilities. We've got all this stuff going on, but all these energies are mixing up. Now, be careful, because come July, we have Neptune retrograde in Pisces, and there can be a lot of deception and lack of clarity with things, but I don't really get that concern with you. I think that you're really clear on your path. I get a really good feeling with where you're coming from there. And moving into the future, I mean, look at that. I mean, what a wonderful card to pull. This is somebody who has mastered their resources, right? This is the Six of Pentacles, and this is somebody who's balanced their resources enough to where there's an overabundance that they can give it to other people. So what's interesting is this is kind of full cycle, right? So here you are helping other people, right? And then you're like, well, can I do it for myself? And should I do it for myself? And you're kind of having mental anguish about giving yourself permission to be the beautiful person you are. But you need to recognize that if you want to keep giving the way that you already are, this is going to bring you full circle. You're going to be full of abundance and resources, and then you're able to give that to others. So this is about kind of tapping in and replenishing your reserves, so to say, and then coming out like a butterfly. Okay? So Nikki, I wish I could spend more time with you. I'm sending you lots of love. I really appreciate your energy. Take care of that grandma. Send her lots of love. And keep in mind that, you know, you almost have to really shine and be who you really are, because if not, you're cheating other people, right? You're not able to give them the abundance of that. That beauty is going to spill over for other people, okay? So fill your cup, okay, Nikki? Yeah, you are. Well, do it. And fill your cup and let that cup spill over to others and replenish other people's lives. You're a gift on this planet. You're a giver, but you got to learn the lesson of giving just as much to yourself. And now it's time to put the brakes on and let your cup overflow. Yeah, well, that's why you're so damn beautiful, okay? I understand. I grew up in the city. We lived on a dairy farm on the border. I mean, it was pretty rough when I was younger. And I don't regret those situations, you know, because it made me a much more caring person. Nikki, sending you lots of love. Like I said, I wish I could spend more time with you. I'd really, please come back and visit again. I have the ever so patient Miss Brianna Scorpio. If you still want your reading, I know you've been waiting a long time. Nikki, you're very welcome. Miss Scorpio Brianna, ever so patient. I'm ready for you if you'd like a reading. And you probably asked already. Yeah, isn't she great? She's got you're feeling it. Mayo's feeling it too. Yeah, so, you know, and sometimes we connect in odd ways, you know. Now, Mayo, with your situation, you know, someone like Nikki might be a great, yeah, absolutely. Fill your cup until it just overflows, you know. Give yourself more than you need, you know, because you have the humbleness and the patience to know how to wield that properly. I was going to say, though, Mayo, I mean, Nikki's, you know, that kind of energy she's emitting, that beauty is, it's really nice. Yes, we're going to add Da Funk. Okay, now Brianna Scorpio, are you still here? Scorpio Brianna. Calling Scorpio Brianna. Going once, going twice. And Papu, if you're still here also, you're going to be next after Scorpio Brianna, so please formulate your questions. If you did have one earlier, I don't have it anymore. Defunking Donuts. I got Defunking Donuts. I got you on the list. We got about 5 people ahead of you, 5 or 6 people ahead of you. So if you're going to be patient. Oh, there she is. There she is. Scorpio Brown. Nikki, I feel you. I'm a single mom of 2. I care for my mom and uncle who are both on dialysis, and my mom also needs a lung transplant. My old sisters live in Texas. I'm just thinking negative and don't buy that out. Well, Jesus Christ, Scorpio. Well, Scorpio, hit me with the question and hit me with a number, 1, 2, or 3, and I'll do everything I can to help you out. Amber, yes, you can. I'm going to put you, I'm doing it on paper right now. Sending lots of love, Nikki. Thank you. You're welcome to hang out. Amber, I added you. There's about 6 or 7 people ahead of you. I'm doing 3-card readings. Again, Scorpio, if you could hit me with a question, please, and in a number between 1, 2, and 3. That would really help move it forward here. Scorpio, it's your turn. All right. Well, it's about a 20-second delay, I think, between when I talk and when you respond, so hopefully I'm not badgering you about it. Okay, so here you go, Scorpio. I'm putting your stacks out. Please give me a number between 1, 2, and 3, and I will get moving on here. Okay, there we go, Scorpio Brown. Thank you so much. What is going on with my baby daddy, JC? He says he loves me, wants to be with me, but actions are otherwise. Well, keep in mind, that's how we know the truth. The actions speak louder than words. So you may want something, but it's important to be in touch with our inner truth. I don't know if he has someone new on the side, or is it just my head being overboard? Okay. All right. So 1, 2, or 3, Miss Brianna. I am going to grab a glass of water. I'll be right back. I'm thirsty as hell. Okay, and I'm back. Brianna, did you pick a number between 1, 2, and 3? Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and just do it the center deck here, because that's just what I normally do. Just got to keep things moving here. Okay, let's find out about JC. Apparently, Jesus Christ is Brianna's baby daddy, which is amazing. You don't know what you're working with. The Magician in reverse. The Magician typically has all the resources. He's got the cups, right, which are emotions, pentacles, which are money. Okay, great. I picked number 2 anyway. So the wands, everything, right? So this is somebody who has all their resources available to them. They know what to do with it, right? So in the reverse position, this is somebody who doesn't know what to do and how to move forward with what they're working with, right? So you're just feeling a little bit confused. In the recent past, you're coming out of a sense of mental bondage, something that is been really troubling you mentally. So the good news is you're coming out of it. That means your capacity is growing, right? To be clear mentally. But you still don't know what's going on, you know, and it's because you're waiting on someone else to kind of provide you with the resources to know how to move forward, right? So you're not clear on it. Yeah, it's delaying because my stream, it takes like, I think 20 seconds for it to compress and upload to YouTube and stuff. So anything you hear, I said 15, 20 seconds ago, so no problem. Upcoming future, this is balancing resources, okay? So this is, you know, kind of resources being out of balance. And what that indicates to me is that somebody's giving more than someone else, right? So, and I have a feeling, Miss Brianna, that might be you giving more than he is, right? And so if somebody's, their resources are out of balance, it's not just money, right? This is what you have to offer, right? So if he's, you know, you're wondering if he had somebody else on the side, it's possible in the scenario because he might be giving his resources to someone else and only have so much to give you, right? Now, I'm not saying that's the truth. I'm just saying that when it comes to him coming to the table with something to offer, whether it's emotional availability, finances, or whatever it is, something's out of balance here, okay? So, you know, your intuition might be correct here. Now, what's interesting is that, to clarify, or moving even further into the future, is that we have temperance, right? So this is also the other card of balance. These are the two cards of balance in the tarot, so they come up right after one after another. So I see this as being in a situation where somebody's kind of lopsided in what they're giving, and then moving into this kind of spiritualizing this process and really learning how to balance those energies within yourself so you're not so victimized, so to say, by outside circumstances, right? So much like our friend Miss Nikki Sanchez, you know, who's really done a lot of work on her own to really find that, this is you getting in touch with your divinity, right? Like you got an angel here, right? And really that divinity, you know, the divine mind is the balance of anger and fear with passion and compassion. It sounds really wacky, but what that means is that anger and fear and passion and compassion are the creative tools that we use, but we have to use them in balance because anger can provide courage, right? Fear really is concern, right? And being concerned is good in certain circumstances. Concern out of balance is fear and doesn't help, right? And then passion and compassion, it's like we have to be passionate, right? We have to have some spark to act on something, right? Now, passion out of balance creates hurt, right? It can create pain, right? And same with compassion. People always see compassion as like this beautiful, wonderful thing. Well, it is, but it also can smother another, right? If we're too compassionate, we let people slide, right? So this here, this symbolic of the divine mind, this is anger and fear, passion and compassion in the moment, constantly being balanced, right? We don't take anything to extremes, but we're always acting on the situation in balance, right? So this is you really becoming a master of your emotions, you know, and a master of how you interact and manage yourself, right? So no matter what's going on out here, you're clear and balanced within yourself, right? So I don't think there's any break. I just think he's kind of a doof, to be honest with you. I don't think there's any heartbreaking. This is a fellow who's kind of just playing games, trying to get what he can get out of it, but I don't even think he's that educated, to be honest with you. I think he's kind of a doof, to be honest with you. So I don't mean to be rude, but yeah, I mean, I hate to drop it on you, but that's the card. The next one, that's the card of home and family upside down. So that's the resource. That's that not happening. Okay, Lisa, yes, you are. You are after Papu. If Papu is still here, Papu, if you're still here, let it be known. Or I'm going to move right on to Miss Lisa, who's been so patient. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, you know, Scorpio, I don't know what to say, but I will say this. Here's the good news. I'm pulled one more card for you. Okay, this is the Four of Cups. What this means is that once you move on and really kind of create your emotional balance, right? is that you'll get an offer. You know, it's going to come out of nowhere. It's going to be spiritually guided, but it's going to be up to you to turn toward it, right? So he's looking at these 3 cups, wondering where the 4th one is, right? But he needs to turn his head to the right. So you need to be open and looking and available for what the universe brings you. So I'll leave you at that, okay? You have a love opportunity coming for you. Be open to it. The guy's a doof. Just, you know, you got to afford grace to people sometimes. You know, you just got to be like, you know what? I'm a bigger person than this. This guy's a doof. You know, let it go, right? Okay. Yeah, Lisa, you're on the list. So Papu, last chance on Papu. I don't see Papu. I asked him earlier. So let's move ahead to Miss Lisa, who's been ever so patient. Everyone's been so patient tonight. Sorry, we had a technical breakdown. We had a whole other stream going, a bunch of people on there. The queue screwed up. Everything got messed up. Everyone was so patient with me. Thank you so much. I'm doing everything I can here to make it happen for you guys. Thank you guys for coming by. Don't ever think a small donation amount doesn't make a big difference in my life. I appreciate it. Or a like and subscribe is cool, and if not, then it's all good. Sending you guys lots of love. Scorpio, I don't know what to say. You know, I just think that you're kind of a bigger person in a lot of ways, so, and more capable. Yeah, a much more capable person. Now, give it time, but you know, I just think that you've got better opportunities, to be honest with you. Miss Lisa would love to know what's coming for me and my father in coming months. Will things get better between us? And we got Miss Priscilla. Well, Miss Priscilla, I got this handy list here. Look at this. Look at this. Talk about tech. Look at that. So we got Miss Lisa, right? Then we got Priscilla right after that. So Priscilla, you'll be there soon. You know, Shani, I'll be honest with you, I think I'm tapped for the night. It's 12:15 and I've got quite a few readings still. So Shani, if you want to subscribe, turn on your notifications. I always recommend to people to turn on the notifications because next time I go live, I usually go every day or every other day or every 3 days at the most. But if you get a notification, then you can come in right away and I can even give you a full reading. So unfortunately tonight, I think we're kind of tapped. But thank you so much for stopping by, and I would love for you to hang out and just chill with us. You can always comment and everything like that. And like I said, though, it's going to be a long night still, and I just can't afford the energy, so to say. So, yes, you are after Lisa, Priscilla. Okay, what's coming with my... Okay, Lisa... once you pick between decks 1, 2, and 3, and Priscilla, you can prepare for your reading by posing your question, or if you'd like just a general spiritual growth reading, and then a number between 1 and 3. That would help move things along, okay? Thank you. Miss Lisa would like to know about what's coming for her and her father next month. Will things get better between us? Number 3. Thank you for stopping by, Shani. One, 2, 3. Boom. Boom. All right, Miss Lisa, ever so patient. Well, this is great. We got some movement forward. That's what you want, right? Okay. Well, geez. Readings are interesting sometimes. Well, you got the Knight of Swords, right? So this is fast forward movement and communication, right? So out of nowhere, suddenly you guys might kind of dig deeper into the topics and issues that need... You're welcome, Scorpio. Thank you so much for stopping by. So there's some forward movement here quickly. Swords represent communication or the mind, right? And so there's something's going to move forward rather quickly between the two of you guys. Now let's see what's going on here, okay? Now you have the 6 of Wands in the reverse position, And this is, kind of a little bit of an ego or a fall from grace or a lack of confidence or a lack of resolve in a situation, right? So, this is really typical, if you're talking about relationships and moving forward, this is like where we learn to come into harmonious communication styles, right? Now, typically, this is what I see all the time, is typically what happens is because of society, because of television, because of movies, because of just general society, people learning to mimic each other, our communication styles tend to be evaluative, right? So, we look at people's behavior and we feel like people owe us things. And then we say, okay, well, because you did that, that was wrong and this was right. You should have did this and blah, blah, blah. That's called an evaluative communication style, right? So what happens is that we live our whole lives, mimicking what we see on TV, mimicking what other people are doing, and we just continue the problem, not ever knowing that there's a solution or an alternative to that, okay? So there's a great book called Nonviolent Communication, and I highly recommend everybody order it right away. It'll change your life. And what he teaches in there is that when we speak from our feelings, everybody's right, okay? So instead of saying, hey, Dad, I think you're a real asshole because you didn't come to my soccer game when I was 9 years old, you could say, Dad, it made me really sad. I even cried when you didn't show up at my soccer game. And my request to you is X, Y, or Z, right? Or maybe you don't have any requests at all. You just need to express his feelings. And then he can say, well, Lisa, you this, and this, and I feel this way about it. I was an alcoholic at the time. I just couldn't do it, right? Whatever it is, right? And he can share his feelings. I was depressed, right? And then all of a sudden you're able to share your feelings of feeling sad about it, and he's able to share his feelings that he was depressed, right? And then everyone's right because that's what happened for you and that's what happened for him. And isn't that magical? Isn't that beautiful? So when I see this card here, I see a communication style where people are being protective of themselves and they feel like there's something to lose, right? And again, if we're speaking from evaluation, there is something to lose because somebody has to be right or wrong, right? And if we can learn to transform that and speak purely from our emotions, and when we don't understand how someone else feels, is to be curious, right? To ask questions. Well, and if somebody else is stuck in that evaluative communication style, what we can do is we can ask them how they feel, right? They might be like, Lisa, you're bad because of this, and you're just a bitch when you talk to me that way, blah, blah, blah. And then you just have to stomach that and be courageous to transform the conversation and say, so, Dad, when you say that, does that mean that you feel this way? And you have to be the one to kind of coax the feeling out of them. And so you direct the conversation towards feelings, not evaluations, right? And when people get honest about their feelings, often they kind of get emotional and start crying and hug each other, and everything gets worked out, right? So this is about communication style. I don't know who's got the ego or who hasn't been able to get over the ego. But typically, like I said, everyone's saying please or thank you. Somebody who feels like there's something at stake, and there's not. There's nothing at stake in feelings and communication, okay? So this is transforming that style. Whether it's you or whether it's him, somebody needs to take the initiative, okay? Now, we have fast-forward movement, but we have to be careful. We don't want to just run to communicate in the old manner that we've always done it, right? We don't want to just jump in there and just fire away, right? So this can be fast forward movement and communication, but it also could be seen like here's somebody charging and being forceful with their communication, right? So we don't want to do that either, right? So what's interesting here, and I rarely do this, Lisa, so I'm gonna just go out on a limb here, okay? Is I have a feeling that you guys may have unresolved relationship issues from past lives, okay? I know that sounds really weird, it's your dad and all that stuff, but typically souls reincarnate together in groups to help resolve different stuff, right? So whether it was a romantic relationship or whatever it was, you guys had a significant relationship. Yeah, so here's an example, okay? And I mean, this is not an evaluation of what you said, but when you say he's stubborn, right? It's a great opportunity to so then I would ask you, I'd say, Lisa, when you say he's stubborn, how does that make you feel, right? So he's stubborn is an evaluation, right? So then I would say, Lisa, when you say he's stubborn, how does that make you feel, right? And so you learn to articulate the feeling that you're feeling. Now you might feel sad, right? You might feel sad because you miss him, right? Or you might feel scared that you're going to lose him, right? And then we can start really coming from an authentic place, right? So, like I said here, though, you guys have had a significant relationship in a past life, and you guys have an opportunity to work it out. But again, like I said, it doesn't. The cool thing about healthy communication styles and speaking from your feelings is that you can transform someone else who is egotistical, who is being harsh and judgmental, right? Who is stubborn, right? You can transform that by your example, right? And like I said, by curiosity. So what I would recommend for you is to reach out to him, but reach out to him very armored. And I would recommend that book, Nonviolent Communication. It'll transform your life. It'll change everything. You can deal with any situation. There's an example in that book where there's a teacher where she worked in an inner city, and after class, somebody broke into her classroom and was going to rape her, and told her to take her clothes off. And just using her communication skills that she learned in that book, she was able to get curious and get him to open up about how he was feeling and transform the situation. And he ended up just taking her purse. So that saved her from being raped. This is really powerful stuff. So, yeah, you guys have some past life stuff, and it's not a sales pitch, but if you want a deeper reading on it, you can hit me up at StreetLevelSpirituality@gmail.com or go to my website, street-level.net. Hit me up and I can book a reading for you privately at whatever you can afford. I don't even care. It doesn't matter to me. I just want some energy resource if you want that. But you guys had some significant relationship in a past life, and somebody's going to have to afford some grace to each other here. And I think it might be you. I think you might be the one to afford the grace, right? But again, at the same time, burning bridges is no problem either when you need to, but you just need to know and be clear ahead of time that you need to burn it, right? Okay, so I haven't talked to my brother in almost a year. It's heartbreaking, but there's so much violence and anger and cruelty. I had to cut that off. He's not ready to talk. Well, then he's not ready to talk. And what you do is you pray and you send a message from your heart to his in your private time, and you find the patience to transform that within yourself. Okay? Now, here's the Knight of Pentacles. This is somebody who's got something to give in a very real way. Okay? So, someone's coming to the table. It's either going to be you or him. But this is somebody who's got something real valuable to offer, okay? And this might just be you transforming and learning how to manage this heavy energy with him, okay? So, you got Wheel of Fortune too. So Wheel of Fortune is life-changing direction, right? So this is going to be life-changing in the fact that you either are able to connect with him eventually and really provide something, or he comes to you. But whatever happens, it's going to change your life forever in a dramatic way, okay? This could even be you walking away, okay? So I'll leave it at that, but there's some transformational thing. But somebody is showing up here, so this is great. So I would just give it space. I have a feeling he's going to show up, okay? Give him time, okay? All right, Lisa, I'm really sorry about that. I had a really challenging situation with my father for years. He was kind of somewhat of a rock star and was never there for us when we were young, and it really pissed me off. I got really sad. I was just cried about it when I was a kid. And now, we're both getting older, and, we both came to the point where we're like, all right, let's try to have something meaningful, so we're just slowly working on it. And we just connect in the ways that we can. Maybe it's talking about sports, right? Maybe it's talking about, cooking together, or, it's important to talk about things that you can talk about and really not go into the areas that you can't, right? I think this is going to be a slow process of love, being honest. Say, Dad, hey, I'm sad. I miss you. Write him a card. Fucking write him a card. Hey, Dad, be honest. I miss you. If you ever want to spend a little time together, I'd love to stop by for a cup of tea, or meet for a cup of tea, or, that kind of stuff. Just keep it honest. There's no room for anger in this, no room for frustrations. Afford him his mistake in holding that energy against you, So Okay, wonderful. Yeah, like I said, just hit me up at StreetLevelSpirituality@gmail.com. We can schedule something. You can go to my site and book something, but it's kind of expensive. So if I'll give you a sliding scale. Just email me and we can work that out. Okay, StreetLevelSpirituality@gmail.com. Wishing you the best. I know that's tough. My dad went through the same thing with his mom. They became best friends like the last 5 years of her life after being estranged their entire life because they just both realized it wasn't worth it. So you got it, girl. Have faith and just afford grace to people who don't have it figured out yet. There's a lot of suffering on this planet, and it's good to recognize it, and so we don't contribute to it. Right? We don't need to make anything worse than it already is. So sending a lot of love to Lisa. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Lisa. You got this. Okay. This is the Christ work, man. This is the bleeding heart. It just bleeds, and you just gotta cry it out sometimes. I miss my brother so much. Oh my God. So, Priscilla, thank you for your patience. Would you like pile number 1, 2, or 3 for your general reading? Thank you for your patience. Everybody send Lisa a vote of confidence, a little prayer to her angels, her guides and teachers, your guides and teachers, to connect with each other, to whisper into her Father's ear that there may be an opportunity or solution to keep our hearts open so we don't have to keep doing this lifetime after lifetime, being stubborn with each other. It's not worth it, right? So let's do it. Okay, Miss Priscilla would like a general reading. She would like pile number 2. Thank you for your patience, Miss Priscilla. I appreciate it. I'm doing the best I can. Trying to give the best I can. Miss Priscilla. Oh, thank you. All right. Miss Priscilla, we're going to go to the Magic Tarot view. And the Magic Tarot view says pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Miss Priscilla said pile 2. So we're going to go there. Choose your own adventure. And she wants a general reading. Now, general readings get general responses, but let's see what happens here. This is really good. I love it. Thank you for asking for a general reading. I really am here to do tarot for spiritual growth. You've put a lot of work into something, Miss Priscilla. And it's amazing how much a garden teaches us about life, right? We have to pick a soil, right? We have to pick a soil. We have to pick and notice where the sunlight travels, what season it is. We have to monitor rain, right? We have to do all these things. And if we do it all just right, and the timing's right, and we know this because we're in touch with nature, right? We're in touch with our inner self and our outer self, on our outer experience. Then if we get everything just right, we can watch it grow, right? And so that's all symbolic of our own inner lives too, and the lives that we create. So what you're doing is you come to a point where you've put in a lot of hard work in, a lot of mindfulness, a lot of wisdom, and you've learned a lot. And now that you're watching your resources grow, okay? Your resources are sometimes it's money, the obvious, but in a lot of times it can be your values. It can be what you have to offer, right? So you're kind of filling your cup. You've been generating energy, right? Now that's wonderful. This is beautiful. A few people understand the value of this and how to create this, right? Now, I'm not sure what you've invested in. I don't know if this is literally financially or just really creating something inside yourself to offer, but it's wonderful, right? I'll leave that up to you. The recent past, we have the Three of Cups in reverse. The Three of Cups in reverse is, frankly, it can be an affair. It can be kind of three's a crowd, one too many people in the equation. I don't know if 3 people came across a path and intersected with each other and someone got bumped off, or something didn't work out, but there was some sort of triad of energy or relationships between people that knocked stuff off kilter. Three of Cups in reverse can also be stifled creativity, so not really knowing how to move forward in what you're doing, per se. But at the same time, whatever you have done has been working. Now, this could also be indicative of wanting to do something creative, but you've been kind of more focused on practical money matters. That could also be an expression of this. Hi, Gaurav Sharma. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. We're all done for tonight. I have a whole list here. But if you want to like and subscribe and turn on notifications, then the next time I go on, which should be either tomorrow or the next day, you'll be the first to know, and you can come by and I'll give you a reading. Okay? So thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. So again, you know, resources, these are symbolic on a lot of levels, right? So, but this is interesting. This is the part I find interesting, right? So again, if this could be stifled creativity, maybe you're really good with money in a practical manner, but you really want to do something creative. But again, this could also be some three-way kind of triad energy that got off kilter. So I'm not sure which direction it is. You can figure out that for yourself. Now, here's what's great is that what I'm seeing here is that this might be more of a creative thing, because it's almost like you've done the pragmatic work, right? And you're like, well, I did all the work, I did it right, I did it the way I was supposed to. Where's the prize, right? Well, you get the resources, that's the prize, right? Well, then you're in the state. There's something knocked you off kilter then with your resources, but you're slowly watching them grow, right? So you're looking at, or it could be you're looking at what it's going to take to make them grow, right? So there's a new journey for you coming up. The Fool is symbolic of the, it has the number 0, right? It's not even 1, right? So it's the soul coming to the earth plane, right? It's the soul coming to the earth plane and starting a new journey, right? And there's a spirit of innocence about this, right? A spirit of newness, right? So I would say that if you're concerned about money right now, you might have a whole new path coming up ahead of you, or you might consider looking at a whole new path, not something that you've done before. And let's look a little more into this. I know we got people waiting here, but let's be patient. Now, this is wonderful. Fast forwarding movement. So the message this gives me is that if you have the courage to look a new direction, right? To look into something completely new, something unexpected, that it's going to move forward really quickly. So, and forward movement in a new career path means forward movement in finances, right? So sometimes we do the same kind of work for a long time, or we kind of keep looking the same direction, right? But then if we just turn our head left or right, we can see whole new pathways, whole new directions, right? So I think here the message for you, Priscilla, is to entertain different opportunities, things that you may have never considered doing before. Now, I would love to talk to you more about this. I don't have the time to get that deep into it. But the message I'm getting here is to have the faith and the courage to strike off and feel innocent again. And, maybe you wanted to, secretly wanted to be a hairstylist when you were a kid, but instead you're working as an accountant, I mean, just go for it, right? Just do something nutty, right? This is a new time. This is all about new energy. So just take the leap, right? See this cliffside? The Fool's like, I don't give a shit if I fall off this cliff. I'm on this fantastic journey. I've got the sun behind my back. I've got my resources in my bag, and I'm just going for it, right? So, the dog's trying to warn you you're about to walk off a cliff, so you do want to be kind of attentive to your environment, but in general, you're going to move forward really quickly if you just try something new. Don't go down the same dead-end paths that have worked in the past. They're not going to work for you anymore. And the only reason is because your soul wants more out of this experience, and you're going to get it. So again, look for unexpected directions, right? Something totally new, something totally fresh. Priscilla, I'm going to leave you with that. I've got a lot of readings. Plus, I need to get in bed at some point tonight. But I'm sending you lots of love, Priscilla. Thank you for your patience. And like I said, like and subscribe. Come back for more. Because when I log in early, if you pop in, I can give longer readings a lot quicker than that. So Sending you lots of love, Priscilla. I hope that was helpful for you. And just look for something new and fresh. Everyone deserves excitement, freshness, newness in their life, especially you. Okay? All right. Thank you, Priscilla. Okay, on my journey down the list here, I've got Eduardo. Eduardo, are you still here? Mr. or Mrs. Eduardo? Not sure. But if Eduardo, if you're still here, please chime in and let me know. Okay? Good luck, Priscilla. And if Eduardo, if you don't show up here, then T. Maria. T. Maria, are you here? First come, first serve, either Eduardo or T. Maria. If T. Maria or Eduardo are here, please come to the dance floor. I'll give them a minute. Oh, there he is. Eduardo, I moved to another country looking for a better life. I'm starting from scratch. Eduardo, please select either pile 1, 2, or 3 while I read your question. I moved to another country looking for a better life. I'm starting from scratch. I like to work hard, but I haven't gotten a stable job yet. Will there be any opportunity for career advancement soon? Okay, well, a lot of these life changes, a lot of these experiences that we go through are spiritual in nature, right? It's either working out karma or it's helping us remember that we're infinite beings, that our potential is unlimited, and that often what we do is we create these mental images in our mind of what we're capable of, and then we kind of limit ourselves or don't see bigger opportunities, right? So we have to trust this process that we're going through, that it's leading us to a higher expression of our soul, right? So let's look at the cards, Eduardo, and let's see what's going on, okay? Okay, I'm gonna just shuffle a couple more times here. Let's see what's going on with Eduardo. I'd like to know. Sometimes things come in unexpected ways, you know, and in between, you know, if we're on the spiritual path, it's just kind of always cultivating grace and consideration in the situation. Patience. Patience is a key word, right? And we accept our lot in life, and we work, you know, and allow and afford people to make mistakes, and we continue to cultivate inner peace no matter what comes our way, right? So that's obviously the job that we're assigned, but let's see what we can do in regards to helping Eduardo get some cash in his pocket, right? All right. So he's got 1, 2, 3. So it's 1, 2, 3. He said number 2. So number 2. All right. And also, if T. Maria, if you're still here, please ask your question and tell me a number between 1 and 3. T. Maria. If not, we'll move on to the funk. Okay, got the Emperor. Well, this is a powerful place. Okay, so you felt a little guarded. Oh, this is wonderful. Okay, you felt a little guarded in the past. Now the move all this stuff. Ugh. Maybe I'll take some of this donation money and buy myself a new pad. It's stuff's flying around everywhere. Okay, so the Emperor is a major arcana card, so that indicates some sort of significant change in your life that's going to be lasting, right? So this main figure here, he's an authority. Let's tune in a little bit here, okay? He's an authority. He's a father figure. It's structure. It's solid foundation, right? So Eduardo, I have no idea what you do, but I'm just going to throw a couple things out there, okay? So this could be creating your own business. This could be looking into police work or detective work or security work, okay? This is somebody who's very masculine in what they do, right? So when you're looking for opportunities, you need to look at opportunities that have to do with authority, security, Again, this is a leader. This is somebody who owns a business. This is somebody who's guiding or telling people what to do, right? So tune in to this kind of authority figure, okay? There's a job for you, waiting for you, that has something to do with being an authority figure. Now, if anyone else is in the chat, and if you have any other examples of what an authority figure, security, police, any other ideas, please pop them out for Eduardo to consider, okay? So this is you're an architect, okay? So, you know, this could be taking more of a leadership role in a project. Whatever this is, the energy that's being communicated to you is to really kind of be the man, so to say, or be a sense of authority here, okay? Or on the flip side, this could also be kind of going to somebody who's the owner of a company, or somebody who architects that's not an industry I'm super familiar with, how you get work and stuff like that. But there's somebody who's it could be an owner of something. There's an authority figure you can go to, or it's asking you to step up into an authority role. So you'll have to tune into that, okay? Now what's nice is that you're coming out of feeling guarded, right? So look at this. This is your recent past. Your recent past is you're protecting yourself, right? You're kind of you got your guard up, right? So when you have this in the reverse position, it means you're coming out of that kind of thinking or that kind of emotion, right? So you're allowing yourself, maybe you were successful independently for a long time, or you didn't need to look for work for a long time, and now you're kind of like, okay, I need to open up and get back out into the world and reconnect and build my contacts. So I would say that maybe this is a matter of simply advertising. You know, when you have somebody coming out from their guard, they're kind of hiding themselves, they're coming out of it. You know, this is letting yourself be known. It could be letting yourself be known as an authority out there, or letting yourself be known to an authority figure or somebody who owns something, right? Now, this could also be people who own homes. This could be people who have money, and you simply need to let it be known who you are and that you're here. You're not hiding anymore, right? So, I mean, personally, if I were you, I'd be getting Google ads or networking or marketing or putting out print ads or social media video ads, communicating who you are. This is you starting to show yourself to the world, right? So I don't know if you've done advertising or marketing or what you need to do, but what I'm getting, I get a couple different stories here. Either you need to put yourself in a place of authority, or you need to advertise and communicate your value to authority figures or people who have resources, okay? Now, the beautiful thing about it here is this is one of the most best cards you can get an outcome, is the Star card. The Star card comes after a major transformation in our life, and it's a divine inspiration. It's a resource that comes out of nowhere, okay? So what I'm hearing here is that when you let it be known who you are and what's possible and expand, even if you're currently doing marketing, is to expand. It's saying do more, okay? Maybe you've done a certain kind of marketing, maybe you haven't. Maybe there's a placement agency, right? I don't know if you're independent or if you work for other people, okay? Or this is you getting out and really getting your resume out there, okay? But what I'm seeing here is that once you just put a little bit of energy out to get out there in the world and let people know that you're out there, you're gonna make some good connections, and this opportunity is gonna come in a big way. See this huge star here? That's divine guidance, okay? Now, there you go, look at that, fast forward movement. So this is a really simple reading in my opinion. It's you know, imagine yourself with a big horn, right? Get your horn out, let everyone know who you are and what you're doing. Take a risk, advertise, buy a Facebook ad, whatever it's going to take to push your boundaries into areas that you've never been or explored in regards to your marketing or advertising, okay? So I'm going to leave it at that for you, Eduardo. I hope that works for you. Again, whatever it is, this is just you letting it be known. You've been hiding and you're coming out of hiding, and you need to let people know who you are, what you do, how you do it, why it's valuable, why it's unique. Use marketing, tell your friends, put a print ad out, do social media, buy Google keywords, whatever it takes for you to get it out there, okay? If you're looking for an actual 9-to-5 job, then go to placement agencies, get your stuff out there to many different places, okay? All right, I'm gonna leave it at that. But as soon as you do that, you're gonna have this divine opportunity that's going to move forward really fast, okay? So just put your neck out there, okay? All right, you can do it. Hopefully that's helpful for you, Eduardo. Okay, so line was so long here, I think we lost a few people, but we got T. Maria, I think she's gone. And so we have Defunk and we have Amber. Do we have Defunk in that order? Defunk and then Amber. Is Defunk still here? Defunk. You're welcome. I really do. I think it's really as simple as just almost, I get the feeling with you, it's like almost no effort. It's just the universe is waiting for you to put a little bit of effort into exposing yourself, and then it's like, then you're just gifted 100 times over. I think it's as simple as that. The universe is just waiting for you to step up for yourself and explore some new areas, and you're going to be feeling good. The Funkin' Donuts. Oh my God, donuts sounds so good. Now, the Funkin' Donuts, how can I help you this evening? Do you have a specific question, or would you like just a general reading on soul growth? And please pick a number between 1, 2, or 3. So I'm going to pull your cards here in a second. The Funkin' Donuts. The Funkin' Donuts. We're tuning in. Hit me up with your question. And then, Amber, are you still here? Who else is here? We got 3 viewers on. So we got The Funkin' Donuts. Amber? Anyone else looking for a reading? I always appreciate a like or subscribe donation. Always helpful, guys. If anyone has anything to offer, thank you. Yeah, specific question. I will type it out. Hit me up. And then hit me with a number. And last person is Amber. So Amber, if you have a question, please spit it out. All right. It's been a good night. Busy night. Really busy tonight. I didn't know that Sundays would be so busy. Anyway, the Funkin' Donuts. Thank you for being patient and waiting all this time. I thought I'd go red tonight. All red. All right, the Funkin' Donuts. So I was wondering if Al is still interested in me and why they aren't talking. We met online. When you say why they aren't talking, do you mean while you guys, like you and Al? Are they bored of me and moved on or found someone new or busy? I'm sorry, I don't understand when you say, I was wondering if, is it Al? You're wondering if Al is still interested, and then you say, why are they not talking to me? And are they bored of me? When you say they, do you mean Al? Like a single person, or are you talking about 2 people? Hit me up, clarify a little bit. So just you and Al, right? There's not like 3 people involved here. Is this a couple? I mean, hit me up here. Okay, so the Funkin' Donuts met Al online, and wondering why Al's not communicating. I'm going to assume that Al's just one person. Okay. So you met Al online. So you guys never met in person. This was just purely an online thing. Is he still interested? Well, you know, sometimes actions speak louder than words, right? So, you know, someone could say like, yeah, I'm feeling it, girl, I'm feeling it. And then they never show up, right? So are they feeling it? Right? So are they still interested? I mean, sometimes people are going through their own personal shit. They don't know what they want. They're going through spiritual transformation. And you just don't know. And it's just the way it is, right? So, but I will say, more times than not, actions speak louder than words, right? Let's talk to the cards about this and see what the cards have to say. You want number 3. Defunkin wants Al. question is, does Al like the donuts? Does Al want the donuts? So you guys met online. You guys live near each other? Have you guys met before? Is this just kind of a chit chat, I love you thing online, or what's going on? It's been ongoing for a long time. You guys kind of been flirting online for a long time, or kind of feeling something there? You want to know if it was something more? I'm curious. I want to know all about it. I want to know all about these donuts. Well, you got a popper. Okay. King of Pentacles. Alright, well. You're feeling great. You're feeling like this can be really something that means, or it means a lot to you. It makes you feel really good. It makes your sun shine inside. Different continent. Okay, so it looks like, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're feeling, and this makes you feel good. Connecting with Al makes your sunshine, right? Like, it makes you feel this sense of hope and this sense of beauty and brightness in your life, right? So, you know, that's kind of where you're at. You're like, I want to suspend, I want to keep this beauty and this excitement that I've had. It's really been really nice, right? And in the recent past, you have the King of Pentacles, right? So the King of Pentacles is somebody who's showing up with a lot to give, right? So he really showed up, and it really made your sunshine, right? He's like, yo, girl, I got this coin. I'm going to drop it on you. I'm sorry, I don't know if you're a girl or boy, or if this is a boy or boy. I just don't even know these days. So I'm assuming you're a girl and he's a boy. Maybe not, or maybe you're a boy and he's a boy. I don't know. But anyway, Al showed up with a lot to offer, right? So Al's got the coin, and he's like, yo, girl, yo, boy. Boom, drops the coin on you, and you're like shining. You're like, I like that coin. He's got a lot to offer, right? He gives you this, and you feel like that, right? And so it feels really good. So this is kind of this dynamic. But then, all of a sudden, it's like, this is the near future, and it's like, well, what happened, right? So, in the upright position here, this is a really interesting card. Let's get into this one. Now, if you look at this card, there's somebody in a cloak, right? So it can kind of symbolize some sort of emotional situation, right? Now, this person in the cloak is looking down at 3 cups. Cups represent an emotional offer, right? Somebody who's willing to connect or want to connect. He's looking at 3 cups, and they have spilt wine. And he's looking at the spilt wine, right? Not what is behind him. Now he's got 3 spilt cups in front of him. Yeah, that's expensive, you know. That's 3 cups of effort put out that weren't returned, right? But, and also he wants to get home, but he can't get home because he's got the river there. You see the castle in the back? So he's staring at the cups. He can't get across. He can't get home because he's got this river to cross. He's got no way to cross it. And that's pretty depressing, right? So it's a point of view, right? He's looking that direction. Now, if he'd simply just turn around, there's 2 cups that are full. It may not be 3 cups, but 2 cups that are full are a lot better than 3 cups that are empty, right? And then, to his surprise, once he sees those 2 full cups and that there's still something there for him, he also recognizes that there's a bridge in the background, and that bridge goes over the water, over the emotions, the symbolic emotions, and takes him home. So if he keeps staring at the cups, nothing's going to move forward. He can't get home. But if he turns around, he's going to get maybe not 3 cups, but at least 2 full cups and a bridge to take him home. So it's kind of like cutting your losses, so to say, right? or learning how to change our point of view, right? And not just choose to focus on the negative, but see the positive and see what's available to us. Now that's in the upright position, right? So in this position, this is somebody who's coming out of that way of thinking, right? So it could be easy for you to be like, well, like this is like those 3 empty cups, right? You could say, oh, well, I don't have this anymore. I don't have this sunshine. He's not around anymore. Or you could turn around and you could say, oh, well, there's still plenty of other options and opportunities for me. It may not be as great, but it's going to take me home, right? And eventually a place to rest my soul. So it's either you moving out of focusing on what was lost, and moving home, which is a positive sign. This means that you're emotionally mature and you can see things for what they are. This is really good. Now, to clarify the situation a little bit, let's pull some more cards. Now, this is really funny. So this is kind of the companion card to this, right? So this is similar in the sense that here's somebody who's built up this kind of wall of all these emotional offers. Each cup is like, this is your effort of like, hey, I care about you. I'm showing up. I called you. I showed up. And then you're not getting it back, right? So eventually this person, the moon's in the sky and it weighs kind of heavy on them. And they're like, well, you know what? I'm going to take this one cup and take it home with me and cut my losses, right? So, to be honest with you, I get the feeling that, you might be waiting around longer than you would like, but I also get the feeling that you're emotionally mature enough to see things for what they are when you need to see that, Now, this could also be totally on the other side, which would mean that there's still a possibility here, but it might just be less than you expect, right? It might be less of a connection than you suspect. So he may be able to, if you can cool off the expectation of what this should be, he may still be open to exploring that on a lesser level. But often that's not as fulfilling, so we just end up wandering away anyway. So I have a feeling that it's not like it's dead. It's just like it's not really giving you everything you need, and ultimately, who wants to settle for mediocrity, Okay, that said, since you are my last reading of the night, let's pull a couple cards for you. It's not going to happen. You got the 10 of Cups upside down. It's not the happy reunion. Now, what I can do, because I don't want to just hit you with a negative reading here. It's not a negative reading. It's just learning to see things for what they are and being accepting of when things change and knowing that what's best for you is sometimes around the corner, right? So we'll leave this at that. Let's just say, like I said, it doesn't seem like a negative thing. It's just kind of like, is this really filling your cup? And I don't think it's really filling your cup, Now, what I am going to look at is I'm going to look at moving into the future here for you, okay? So we got the Ace of Swords, which it can't get any more optimistic than that. So what you're doing is you're learning to master your mind, right? And the universe is giving you this opportunity to become the master of your mind, because you're not going to let all this stuff, you're not going to focus on these empty cups, you're going to focus on the positive, right? So what you're going to do right now is you're going to look around in your life and you're going to say, okay, well, what can I do? What can I do to fill my cup? What can I do to create this fulfillment in my life, And, is there somebody else? Is there a friend? Is there somebody I've met before that maybe there's more of a possibility with, Maybe I never considered that one guy because of this or that, but now that I'm older and more mature, I can look at that person in that situation and be like, oh, wow, that's actually a good person. Maybe there's something romantic there. Maybe there's some, so it's taking that time to see what's possible and really being the master of your mind. It's using your mind as a tool to be able to expand yourself and expand your horizons, right? And the beautiful thing about this is kind of like you laying in bed and like fantasizing, right? There's all these opportunities. You never know. You could have completely missed someone, right? Go back through your friend list. Go back through your history in your life. Maybe there's somebody who lives in the state next to you, But I do have a feeling that this is somebody in your immediate environment, somebody within reach, right? Somebody you can actually travel to, somebody that you can actually connect with. And that's really what's going to fill your cup, right? So, and this doesn't get any better. Look at that. We got the Knight of Cups coming right up after that, right? So what this is saying is that as soon as you put the effort out, right? As soon as you put the energy out to really explore your options, all of a sudden out of nowhere you get the Knight of Cups. Now this is the ultimate card of a gentleman showing up with an emotional offer. He's got a cup, he's ready to share it with you, right? So this is love in your future for sure. Just review your possibilities, right? Okay, so as far as numbers, I get the number 6, okay? So as far as this love coming into your life, this new possibility, this new opportunity, it's 6. It's 6 weeks, it's 6 months, 6 6 weeks, 6 months, 6 days, So the number 6 for you, explore your options, and you're going to get a love offer. This is absolutely showing up for you. And this is someone who can really fill you up, really fill your cup, really bring a lot of love for you. Okay? So anyway, debunking, was that helpful for you? Hopefully that was helpful for you. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up for the night. Thank you very much for your being patient and waiting around, and hopefully that was helpful for you. These are readings for spiritual growth, so I just call the cards the way I see them, and honestly, I feel like the opportunity to find something that's really going to be fulfilling for you is coming up really soon. Just explore your options, okay? That's going to be there for you. Anyway, not sure if you're still here. Always appreciate a like, subscribe, and appreciate everyone stopping by tonight. It was a really great night, really busy night, full of a lot of great people, a lot of love. So anyway, all right, well, thank you, Defunking, and thank you everyone for showing up. You guys have a great night, and again, stop by anytime. If you're watching this later, feel free to like and subscribe, turn on your notifications, and the next time I'm streaming, it'll pop up for you, and you can come get a reading yourself. All right.